want to know something, then just ask me on my Instagram with the hashtag AskVenus. Because this is a really fun way to interact with you guys. I will be doing more of these videos, so just keep asking me on my Instagram and eventually I will feature your question in one of my Ask Venus videos. The first question is by Tamang-Ritu. Is it hard to live in Japan if you don't know the language? I realized that a lot of people in Japan don't speak English. Sometimes you can come across Romanized Japanese or English. So in this sense, public transportation might be easy to use, but for example, if you go to the hospital, the police station, or drugstore, or a supermarket, just shopping groceries at the supermarket, I think it requires some basic knowledge of Japanese language. Otherwise, it's easy to get lost or troubled. If you can speak, read, and write Chinese, then it might be a bit easier because you can read some of the signs. If you don't know any Japanese at all, I think it could be a little bit hard, but just a little bit of basic knowledge will make things a lot easier. Child of God 94, do you talk to your dolls? Just curious because a lot of doll lovers do. This is my doll Natsuko, but I don't talk with my plushies or with my dolls even though I love them so much because I prefer to be quiet, and also I have elaborate and really fun conversations with myself in my own head, so I don't really write a diary or talk with my stuffed animals or dolls. Artistic Cicero, would you ever wear gothic clothing? Why? Why not? Your content on YouTube is lovely and makes my day. Thank you! And comments like these make my day too! Oh. When it comes to gothic style clothing, I really like the designs and the motifs used, but it's always quite dark colors, well mostly black, and I try to avoid wearing black. I do sometimes wear black, but because I like it, but I try to avoid it because it makes my pale skin look even more pale, and if I look even paler, I just look tired and like I'm out of energy. So yeah. Today's dress is dark blue, but I think it has quite gothic style motif. We have 425. What is one of the hardest things for you while living in Japanese culture? I'm curious to know since traveling there is something I want to do. I've been really thinking hard about this, but you can be relieved because actually I just realized that the reason why I love being here is because it is so livable. It's so easy to live here and so much fun, and I love it and it's wonderful, and I don't have to come across any hard or difficult challenges. So I hope it's just the same for you. Nira Kawaii, do you and Mana-senpai feel any kind of culture shock? Actually, because of the reason that we haven't experienced any culture shock at all, we often say that we're both aliens and we came to planet Earth from the same planet. Smile for Bria, do you believe in aliens? Like I said before, I am an alien. Luna Puer. I hope I read that right. If you were on death row, ooh, what would be your last meal? Kinda morbid, I know. What could be a really 2K17 edgy thing to say? Bleach XD, LOL. But seriously nothing, because to me, like, eating something before you die is like actually admitting you want to keep on living. So maybe for some people it's like, oh, the last thing I'm gonna eat, I better eat something I really like. But I think that at that point it's kind of weird to have this motivation to treat yourself. Christina Pandavir, do you play Pokemon Go? Well, after all this hype, I have to say that it feels kind of awkward because I've never played the game and I have never even downloaded it at all. Gingerbread Bird 77. Do you listen to baby metal? Would you combine cute and goth? I like metal, but I don't listen to baby metal. But I do love combining opposites like cute with goth. Amber Kohaku-chan. Okay, here's my question. If you can only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think this question only concerns food, so I could still drink whatever I want, like milk tea. Kimeyowitz, when did you learn to speak other languages? Because I was born and raised in the German part of Switzerland, where they both speak German and Swiss German. I grew up speaking both these languages, so bilingual. Then later I learned English in high school by living in England and reading English novels and making videos in English for my YouTube channel. Then I had to learn Spanish because we moved to Tenerife where I went to school. Then we moved to the Netherlands where I went to school, so I had to study Dutch. And a bit more than 1 year ago I went to a Korean language school in South Korea where I studied Korean for 2 months. All the languages except my native languages, which are Swiss German, and German happened between I was 11 and 19 years old. And Japanese language I just kept on studying from when I was 14 years old as a hobby, as a fun pastime, because I was interested in Japanese culture. And this was the last question for today's Ask Ve and US. Ask me your question with the hashtag AskVenus on my Instagram and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. And until then, bye bye boo!